everybody. We're going to get started. Thank you guys so much for being here. Also, a special thanks to Applied Video Technology for hosting us today. Also would like to thank our annual sponsors, Phoenixville Hospital Tower Health, Phoenixville Jaycees, SEI, Benchmark Federal Credit Union, Phoenixville Federal Bank and Trust, Premier Planning Group, Riverworks Luxury Apartments, Ardent Credit Union, AFC Urgent Care, BB&T Bank, Better Homes and Gardens Community Realty, Giardina Insurance and Financial Services, John Kennedy Ford, Malley LLP, OWM Law, Patriot Pest Solutions, Phoenix Village Luxury Apartments, Steve Greco Landscaping, and Tompkins Vis Bank. We appreciate your support all year round to help make our programming possible. At this time, we're going to bring up our speaker for our monthly update from the hospital. So we're joined today by Jacqueline Nunn and Kara Landis, who are both OTs at Phoenixville Hospital. Welcome, ladies.
Good afternoon. My name's Kara Landis, and this is Jacqueline Nunn. And again, we are both occupational therapists in the rehab at Phoenixville Hospital. We are both graduates of Elizabethtown College. I've been at Phoenixville Hospital in the rehab for 5 years, and Jacqueline 3. Yes. So we will just share a little bit more about the rehab and some other relevant information, hopefully, for you guys.
Yeah, so the rehab is a 14-bed unit. It's on the second floor of Phoenixville Hospital. We're an acute inpatient rehab, which means that our patients get 3 hours of therapy a day from multiple disciplines, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Our primary diagnoses that we treat are anyone with neurological illness or disability, cardiac conditions, musculoskeletal conditions, things like that. One of the achievements that we're very proud of is we're in the top 3% nationally for inpatient rehabs, which actually equates to the top 26 rehabs in the country, so we're very proud of that.
And little old Phoenixville.
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't even know that the rehab exists, so we just want to spread the word that we're out there, and we do really great things with our patients.
Yes.
April is Occupational Therapy Month, and there's a quote that I personally love, that a physical therapist can help make you walk, but an OT can make you dance. So it's just getting back to those meaningful activities, doing the day-to-day things like getting yourself dressed and washed and in and out of the bathroom, looking at your coordination, your strength, your balance, your endurance, your vision, your cognition. OT is incorporating all that to get that holistic perspective to get you back to doing what's important in life. So with you guys, healthy, well individuals, we wanted to just talk a little bit about ergonomics, so in your workspace, looking at ways that you can just maximize your productivity, how you're feeling, take stress off your joints. So on the back table, we included some handouts looking at ergonomics, like how your workstation is set up, just make you think a little bit deeper about how your workspace is fostering health and wellness and how you feel, since you're spending a lot of time at your desk or wherever it may be. So you can take a deeper look at that, and there's also a questionnaire on the back that you can just take a deeper thought into how you are set up and what you might be able to do to make yourself feel a little bit better, take the stress off your joints, all that.
And we know that some of you are still eating, but for those of you who aren't and are able to, if you want to stand up, we have a few stretches that you can do, especially during the day, to get yourselves up and moving and relieve some pressure from your joints. So again, and these handouts are all on the back table. If you want to take one before you leave, feel free to share these with your employees to get everyone up and moving. So the first one we're gonna do is squeezing your shoulder blades together in the back. So you just wanna squeeze them, and you can hold it for 5 to 10 seconds and do it 10 times or so, but it gives a really good stretch to your chest muscles, gives your back a little bit of time to relax, since a lot of times we're sitting at desks like this. So helps with the posture there too. The next one is stretching your neck and your upper shoulders. So you just tilt your head to the side, and you can again hold that for 5 to 10 seconds, and then switch to the other side. So these are all really simple, and you can do these seated too, although we do encourage you to stand up just to change positions. The next one, especially for those of you who type a lot or do things with your hand a lot during the day, are just simple wrist stretches. So up and down. You can do these sitting in a chair if you want. If you have armrests, just moving those. The next one is reaching your hands behind your back. If you can't touch your hands together, that's okay. That's still gonna stretch. That's okay. Also, please don't do this if you have shoulder injuries, though.
Next, we're going to do trunk rotation, so watch your neighbors. Just turning and hold it about 10 seconds each side. Next, leaning to one side. Hold 10 seconds. And to the other side. Good. And then tilting back. Stretch out your back, looking up to the sky. Get all those freaks out. And then the last one, we would want, if your balance is at all off, you should do this seated, but it's rolling your ankles. And you can go both directions.
Based on some of the noises emitted from this room, we should probably all be doing those on the regular. Thank you, ladies. Loved that. At this time, we are going to now be joined by Kim Moretti, the East Pikeland Township Manager. Kim's here to share a municipal update with us, and we're going to learn what's new. Welcome to Kim.
Thank you, Jessica. And after all that stretching and big lunch, I think I'm ready for a nap. So hopefully I can keep my presentation interesting so that you're not all falling asleep. So I was asked to come and speak about what's new in East Pikeland. And I'm going to concentrate a little bit to start on our 724 district. The Route 724-23 corridor is a priority with our township officials. That's including our Board of Supervisors and our Planning Commission for redevelopment. We have, in the past, enacted a zoning amendment to attract smart development. And what we mean by smart development is development that has less of an impact on the school district. We've created Alerta District. We're working on a sidewalk project, and then I'll also cover impediments to redevelopment on the 724 corridor. So the Alerta District is, that's highlighted on the map there. LERTA stands for Local Economic Revitalization Tax Assistance. And the ordinance in East Pikeland was adopted in 2010 with the goal of encouraging redevelopment along the 724 corridor. The 400 West Side project at the intersection of 23 and Rapstam Road is a prime example of how we expected the LERTA program to work. So the developer, who was Longview, took a delinquent property that included visual pollution with derelict buildings, a junkyard with environmental contamination. In the junkyard, they had to remove a lot of auto debris and thousands of tires. And they created this, and the outcome is a beautifully redeveloped property and improved intersection. So the township worked with the developer to add an overlay district to the mixed-use zoning to allow for apartment use. And in the zoning, we set criteria in order to reduce the number of school-age children who would live there by limiting the units to 1 and 2 bedrooms. So that goes back to our thought of smart development, less of an impact on the school district. So this is the first apartment complex we've had in East Pikeland. It's 171 units. Frankly, an apartment complex made us a little nervous, but so far everything's worked well. Today they have 100% occupancy of their commercial units and 91% occupancy of their apartment rentals, and they only have 8 school-age children who currently live here. So again, we met our goal of reducing the impact on the schools. So further up the 724 corridor is Kimberton Glen, which is the Toll Brothers community currently under construction. Development on the properties that today comprise Kimberton Glen was first proposed back in 2004 by the Cutler Group. At that time, they proposed a continuing care retirement community and several hundred single-family homes. I think it was like 600. It's about 200 acres. So the township denied the plan, and we ended up in litigation with Cutler. And in 2006, we entered a settlement agreement with Cutler to build 250 homes. But if you look at the orange area that bisects that subdivision, that's called the 422 Spur. It was a PennDOT right-of-way, and the 250 homes would have been built on either side of that right-of-way, so it would have been sort of 2 separate subdivisions. So that became an obstacle to that development, but the other obstacle was that the economy had tanked and nobody was building, and so that plan for 250 homes sat on a shelf for many years. So then in 2013, we talked to Cutler about going back to PennDOT to see if they would release that right-of-way, that was the 422 Spur, to use it as a boulevard to access the subdivision. And PennDOT agreed, and Crossover Boulevard was designed and approved. So this is what the subdivision looks like today. It's 332 homes, half of which are age-restricted, and the other half are single-family. The outcomes of this is that it created a new gateway intersection at the intersections of 724 and 23. We have an improvement of traffic flow. The Crossover Boulevard serves as a bypass to take traffic off of Route 23 up to Township Line Road, where it will eventually connect with an extension that Phoenixville will build called the Fillmore Street Extension. Along the boulevard, there is a 10-foot, I think it's 10-foot wide path or trail. And then there are also trails throughout the development. That trail will also take you up to Township Line Road, and eventually we'd like to see a connection with the Schuylkill River Trail down at the Crombie trailhead. Along with the township's desire for smart development along the 724 corridor, we've always been cognizant of pedestrian accessibility. So we are currently working with our traffic engineer to design a plan to fill in sidewalk gaps along the corridor. So what you see in orange are the gaps that exist today. We're also working with SEPTA to refine bus stop locations along the corridor and determine the best location for bus shelters. And this project, once the engineering is complete this spring, we'll be submitting for 2 multimodal grants later this year to help fund the project. So that would give us sidewalks from Township Line Road up to Crossover Boulevard. And it'll probably be done in phases. So I've been focusing on the 724 corridor, and we have some impediments. So I think we all know that there's some properties up there that are what we call delinquent properties, where we would like to encourage redevelopment. For example, we have Harpoon Louie's and Waterworld, the Fisherman's Restaurant. However, our challenge on the 724 corridor is lack of sewer capacity. So we are currently working with Valley Forge Sewer Authority to address that. We also have a traffic impact fee that some developers have told us is an impediment to development. And we're looking at extending the LERTA district. The 10-year LERTA district expires next year, so we'll be looking to expand that for another 10 years. Moving away from the 724 corridor, you may have heard that Crombie Generating Plant has a new owner. They are currently looking at options for use of the property, and we're going to be working with them. Hopefully sometime this summer they're going to be coming in with a plan. They've told us that they're looking at something that would have a low impact on traffic because it's a one road in and out of the property, and possibly something that's light industrial use. Our biggest news that I have to share today is the township's plan to acquire a 115-acre property next to Crombie. That's the property outlined in red. This has been the subject of litigation for 10 years, and the developer had originally proposed a 388 mobile home park. Through negotiations over the years, they brought it down to 285 modular homes that would be age restricted, but the problem there is that there is no sewer access and no sewer capacity. So after several years of discussions, we approached them last year and asked if they would consider selling the property to the township as open space. And we have a dedicated open space fund through our earned income tax. 0.25% goes into a fund. We are going to be using most of that fund to purchase this property. We've applied for grants to, this is what it looks like today, it's farmland. We've applied to Chester County for an open space acquisition grant. We were just awarded that last Friday for $1.2 million. And we're also applying, we have a grant application due tomorrow to Pennsylvania DCNR, where we're going to ask for another 1.5, and the two grants together would pay for half of the purchase price. But our fund today does have enough money for it to go to settlement. We expect that to happen probably sometime in the next 6 weeks. So our future plans for this property will be both passive and active recreation. It's adjacent to the Schuylkill River Trail, so it gives us a lot of opportunity to connect to the trail, offer some restroom facilities there that are sorely needed along the trail, and some other facilities. Probably be several years in the making, and again, we'll have to go after more grant money to help us pay for it. One of the township's best accomplishments since I've been here has been the French Creek Trail. And it took us 20 years of planning and development. So those of you in the business world might not know, but everything in local government moves much slower. So the trail offered us an opportunity to connect active recreation with preservation of open space and respect for our history of the township. So it really started with a federal grant that we obtained back in 2011 to do an archaeological dig of the property. So what you're looking at there is what the property looked like during the Revolutionary War. It was the site of a powder mill. And we knew that the powder mill existed. There was evidence that it existed on paper. The archaeological dig allowed us to find physical evidence. So what you're looking at there is the middle of our compost yard. We found, you can see that there's a wall that was underneath, and there's a different angle. We found the existence of two of the buildings that would have been seen on here. One was a graining mill, which you see in the middle, and another was a stamping mill. And those findings were documented, and we applied for the National Register of Historic Sites, and about 3 years ago, this was accepted onto the National Register of Historic Sites and is called the Continental Powder Works. The trail currently runs from Township Line Road to Hares Hill Road. It's about 2 miles long. There's a portion of the trail that's in white that section is ADA accessible, it's paved. The rest of the trail is natural. In addition to creating the trail and installing 2 pedestrian bridges along it, we also had an interpretive sign project. And I think it's important to note that all of these things that I'm mentioning regarding the trail were all made available to us because we had grants. So I think we had about 6 different grants in order to create the trail, the pedestrian bridges, and the signage. So we have 10 of these signs along the trail, and they basically tell the history of the different historic features, everything from the Raps Dam covered bridge to the Continental Powder Works to Snyder's Mill. Snyder's Mill, that restoration also took about 20 years. The picture in the top left corner was from the 1970s, and below that was from the 90s, and then to the right is what it looks like today. And that would not have happened without the perseverance of our Historical Commission. Last year we celebrated the 20th anniversary of Kimberton Park, which is right behind us. And along with that birthday celebration, we held a ribbon cutting for our newest facility, which is an amphitheater. And for those of you who are not familiar with Kimberton Park, I have some save the date cards here, and I'll pass them out. We have a lot of activities going on at the park this year. And that completes my presentation. Do we have any questions? Okay, I have a little trivia, and I have a prize for whoever gets the right answer. who can tell me what this building that we're in today was best known for historically? Come on. Who said that? Yes, okay, you're a winner. All right, and then this was called the Kimberton Grange. So the building was originally built in 1888 as the Lodge for Patriotic Order of Sons of America. And in 1910, the building was purchased and used as a meeting place for farmers. And then in 1920, it was renovated and became the Kimberton Grange. And the Grange promoted the economic and policy interests of farmers in a wide swath of legislation over the 20th century. So that's the history of the property. And then I have one more, not so much a trivia, just to see who was paying attention. So who remembers the name of the site that we just added to the National Register of Historic Sites? Okay, very good, thank you.
Awesome, Kim. Thank you so much. All right, so we're on to our part of the meeting. We have some updates and announcements. First, just want to go through a couple of the upcoming events. Ms. Kim's going to pass out those cards, and we can keep those as well in the back if you want to grab one on the way out. So the 18th, we have our Chamber 101 event. April 24th, we'll again be at Steel City Coffee House for networking at 9. May 1st, we'll be celebrating the opening of Sedona's Outdoor Cafe with a ribbon cutting, I believe around 4 in the afternoon. Then we have our kickoff of First Friday and the Food Truck Festival on the 3rd and 4th. May 7th, we'll be hosting a Young Professionals networking event at Rebel Hill Brewing, which is actually a part of the new development in East Pikeland. The 14th of May, we'll have a membership luncheon at Phoenixville Country Club. Brian Conroy from the Historical Society will be joining us. And the 21st, we are slated to have a mixer at Kessler Dental, who's celebrating 50 years in business this year. So congrats, Karen is here, I believe. So congratulations to their business. At this time, if I could bring up Frank, if you wanted to talk about our annual golf classic on April 30th.
Thanks, Jess. Hi, everyone. So we're having our Chamber of Commerce golf outing on Tuesday, April 30th at Rivercrest. The golf outing is sold out right now for golfers. So we were doing really well there. Our sponsors, all of our sponsorships, as far as main sponsorships, are pretty much sold out except our driving range sponsorship, which is a $100 sponsorship. So we still need somebody to fill that spot. And I think all of our table sponsors are now sold out, which is all good news. We do need to find tee hole sponsors. These are where your name is on a sign at a tee box. Those are $50 sponsorships. We still need to sell more of those. If anybody's interested in promoting themselves or their businesses, it's $50. And we also need prizes for our silent auction that we can put in the auction, and prizes that we can give out to our golfers. Those are the things that we need, but really it's a great golf outing. It's terrific that it's sold out, but we need some items. Is there anything else on there that I should mention? No? Well, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Frank, and many people in the room today are supporting our golf classic, so we very much appreciate your investment in an event that really does benefit the bottom line of the Chamber. Also just wanted to say a quick thank you to all of our attendees and another congratulations to our winners for the annual awards dinner. Always a lovely night, and we appreciate everybody's attendance at that event. Wanted to issue a reminder, our annual charity gala will be coming up November 23rd. That's the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and this year will be held at Rivercrest. If you are interested in joining the planning committee for that event, please feel free to send me an email, let me know. We will also be rolling out the beneficiary application within the next 2 months. So that will be available to any nonprofits in the room, or if you serve on a nonprofit board, you are able to apply for that, and we will hope to announce that shortly thereafter, the winner shortly thereafter. Also, just a quick reminder that the Chamber does host the community's calendar. So if you're a nonprofit having an event, or if you are having a business-related event and are a member of the Chamber, you can add that to our community calendar. That helps us also inform our email blast and just keeps us in the know. So feel free to check it out if you're thinking about planning an event. You might want to check and see if there's already things that are scheduled, and that's really to be a resource for you. I want to thank our new members at this time: Alpine Sanitation, American Financial Management Group, Cora Lust Reef Solutions in West Side, Doc Rocker Music Academy, Paula Fox Appraiser, Salon Fiber, Spring Hollow Golf Club, and Stellar Chiropractic. Stellar Chiropractic has been a member for a number of years. You may have known Dr. Burney. He did retire in January, so there's a new doctor at Stellar, and we just want to welcome him, Dr. Jason. If you have an announcement for community-wide at this time, I ask you to come up here now, or if you're a first-time attendee and would like to introduce yourself, please feel free.
Hi, I'm Lisa Longo. I'm on the school board, and I just wanted to let everyone know this Saturday at Barkley Elementary, we are having a board open forum on issues relating to elementary age students. So if you are a parent or if you know a parent, please spread the word. It's from 10 to 11:30 at Barkley School. Thank you.
Lisa.
Hi, my name is Julie Gaudian. I'm the director at the Phoenixville Senior Center. We're having a bag bingo this Saturday at the Kimberton Firehouse. It's his and hers. We were happy to receive for the hymns, or actually I think it's everybody, a Yeti cooler is going to be one of our prizes, and a lot of other things. I had so much fun shopping for this. It might have been my favorite thing. So there's a lot of great prizes and still room, $25 or $30 at the door. And I have tickets, surprise.
Hi, everybody. I'm Karen Kessler with Kessler Dental Associates. And as Jessica said, we are celebrating, don't do the math, but we are celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. We started on Gay Street, and now we're on Valley Forge Road, right across from Valley Forge Pizza and my favorite muffin. But we've been there for a while, about 20 years. But we are hosting with the Chamber an event that we're really excited about on May 21st. And what's really special about it is that it's as a benefit of your membership, we're offering half off of a special kind of teeth whitening that we do. It's really, it's called Glow Whitening. It's our professional whitening. It's usually $500. We're offering it for $250. And this is a price, we've never offered it for half off. And it's only for Chamber members. So if you're interested, we are actually offering it that evening. So we are inviting you to book appointments for that evening. And I'll have signups available today and then next month. Thanks, bye. Thanks, Jessica.
Hi, I'm Chris Zaccarelli with the Crime Victim Center of Chester County. Hopefully you have noticed our teal ribbons in Phoenixville. We're very, very grateful to Mayor Urschler and the chief for helping us out last Tuesday to launch Sexual Assault and Child Abuse Prevention Months. We've had a lot going on at CVC. I do have some flyers that have all the stuff that we have going on in April, but out here on next Thursday at the Colonial Theater, we have a free screening of Audrey and Daisy with a panel discussion afterwards of 4 local, Senator Muth will be there, Officer Natali will be there, and then we have a counselor who has worked in the Great Valley School District and also a recent graduate of high school to talk about how sexual assault in high schools affects kids and things that we can do to make sure that it doesn't happen anymore. So it's a really powerful movie. Tickets are free. You do have to get them through the Colonial Theater, but it's a completely free event. So we hope that you can join us. We also have our Race Against Violence coming up on April 27th. It's in the borough of Westchester, and there's a ton going on that day. But if you're so inclined, if you're a runner or a walker, we would love to have you out for a fun morning. It is also dog friendly, so dogs are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know how much I really need this. I'm usually pretty loud on my own. My name is Beth Ann Mazza. I'm a visitor. My friend Wendy from Mom's House brought me today, so thank you for having me. I am a local publisher for Hyperlocal Magazines. We specialize in branding your businesses to specific communities. I am currently starting a magazine in Lower Providence Township, which is, believe it or not, your neighbor just on the other side of the creek next door. So the magazine might be going to Lower Providence, but Lower Providence is a great market and make great customers for your products and services here in Phoenixville, which is why I came out to meet all of you today, as well as once I get this magazine in place, I am bringing others to the area. One of the places eyed up is actually Phoenixville. So I look forward to meeting all of you, being part of the Chamber of Commerce somewhere down the line. Thanks for having me.
Hi, my name is Pam Mann, and this is my first time. I own a company called Help at Home with Pam. We're a residential and small commercial cleaning and organizing company. I have a lot of clients in the Phoenixville area, and I love to support the areas that I have a lot of clients in. So I'm interested in joining the chamber. If you have anything to say about why I should join or how things are here, then please let me know. Pam.
Check is in the mail. So.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Funk. I'm a marketing project manager in transition, most recently at Voya Financial. I worked in the life insurance and the annuities marketing areas there. And I'm currently volunteering at Orion Communities while I'm in the midst of my job search. So Chris Keller suggests this would be a good place to come and meet people. So.
Thanks. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. One quick. J.R. Fisher. I volunteer for a board for a nonprofit, Nancy's House. Nancy's House supports family caregivers. We have a caregiving conference coming up in Philadelphia Saturday, May 18th. So if you have any friends, family that are struggling with, supporting someone that they're caregiving for, we have a program that does self-care, helps build communities, helps gives resources to these people to help them kind of break out of that cycle and get a day of respite. So if you know anyone, please contact me, let me know. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much. Just have, again, a couple announcements or reminders. Our new event card has come out. We have blown it up for you so you cannot miss it in the back. We do have event cards available, so if you would like them for your location, thank you, Janice is somewhere behind that sign. If you would like any for your location, please feel free to let our office know. We can certainly supply you with as many as you need. And we are definitely looking forward to a great event season. Again, if you're interested in First Friday, tabling, etc., we do have a strong suggestion today to please reach out to our office to start the process for that, or visiting phoenixvillefirst.org, and the application is actually through the website. So everything's online based now. No paper application. So please feel free to fill that out and get that in as soon as possible. Our food truck festival is going to be featuring over 30 food trucks this year, close to 35, and 35 additional vendors as well. So it'll be one of our largest festivals yet. In October, we were joined by nearly 40,000 people, so we encourage you to come early. We're launching also a new event this year called Rockin' and Reelin'. Want to thank Phoenixville Federal and specifically Carol's been talking through this idea with us for over a year now, pretty much. And it'll be an event where we'll have live music in Reeves Park at the band shell from 4 to 8 p.m. and then at dusk we'll begin an outdoor movie. So we are partnering also with the Jaycees to extend it into September. So we will have actually 4 dates through the summer, and they're all held on Saturday evenings with Sunday as a rain date. So there's vending opportunities. If you have any questions about that event or want to get involved or volunteer for that event, we will have some opportunities there. And also just a quick plug for Dogwood. Dogwood will be the 13th through the 18th this year. Miss Karen is again charged with the parade. So if you have any questions about the parade, feel free to reach out to her if you're interested in participating. And again, big call to volunteers on that as well. If you have time during that week, there's definitely things that the JCs can use help with. We're going to now pull our winners. So if you have tickets, if you pull those out now. First, we'll start with door prizes. And by the way, on all of these, we will come around and hand you the prize, okay? For a membership meeting, we have Stephanie Funk, one of our new attendees today, and Julian McCracken. So we will get that to you following this meeting. All right. I know. Wait, Janice, just take the card out. Every time he puts it in, just take it out. I'm just kidding. All right, so then we have our two winners, one red ticket, one blue. So our first is going to be for a $20 Wawa gift card. That is blue ticket, 625-1334. 13, Stephanie, big winner. Uh-oh, Julian. Our next is for one of our awesome Phoenixville t-shirts along with a membership meeting. That is red ticket 460-8829. Tony? Awesome. Perfect. Thank you guys so much, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the club next month. Thank you. You won.